Hey everyone, as you might know, down here in Australia, we have a GP in Sydney later on this year. We're going down, and it's Team Sealed. Team Sealed is not a normal format that people play, so we've got a little box here, and it pains us to have to crack these without drafting it, but hopefully you guys can learn a little bit from our build, or maybe from our mistakes, and we're going to do a Team Sealed build. So let's get to it. Packs.
Boosting me up.
How many do we want? There's
4 each. Right.
There's 4. There's 4. There's 4. So what's our plan? How are we going to crack these to start with?
So we're going to sort by colour, right?
Yep.
And then we're going to give pairs of colours to each of them, with colourless and gold cards being a colour.
Glorious end. Good start. That's
Too hard to talk and sort.
sarcasm, if you didn't know.
Oh, trial's good. Edifice.
Anything else good?
Got an Oracle's Vault. We've got a Sweltering Sun. I've got 2 Pyramid of the Pantheons.
Builded Lotuses. Open into Wonder and Pull from Tomorrow in the same pack.
Amazing.
That's fun.
The red is looking quite solid, I must say. Over here.
I cannot say the same thing in the middle here.
Yeah, none of mine's looking amazing. I've got an Edifice and 2 Pyramids though. Alright. How are your zombies looking? We just opened the Wayward Servant.
I have a Temet. But nothing else great. A couple of Unwavering Initiates. They're kind of zombies, and a Time to Reflect.
Decimator Beetle.
Shiny Prepare to Fight.
Has anybody opened any build around uncommons?
I do have a Nest of Scarabs, but it's not the most amazing thing in the universe.
Got a scaled behemoth. That is the thing though. I got the Curator of Mysteries.
Aha! Bomb time!
Alright, so who wants to do what colour? Alright, well my gold cards...
Who's got a super bomb? Anyone?
Well, my gold cards consist of Decimator Beetle, Honoured Crop Captain, and Aven Wind Guide. So,
right, and we've also got a Temet, so Aven Wind Guide plus Temet sounds pretty good.
Sounds good. I've got a Wayward Servant, I've got a Cut to Ribbons, and a Reduced to Rubble. Okay. Reduced to Rubble is obviously not very good, but the Cut to Ribbons...
is great.
Might go nicely in a black-red aggressive strategy. Alright, well, put all the gold in the middle.
Am I getting gold, am I?
Gold and green? You want gold and green? And artifacts and fixing and stuff?
Sure.
What do you want over there, Alex?
I'll take
black and white or red
and blue and white. Have blue and white.
Right. Blue and white. Yeah, that is a good point because we've got those two.
So we've got those two things.
Means that you have black,
blue and white,
and red. Although I think there might be maybe
there's a cast out here.
Yeah.
And you can have some green.
Grab the back.
So I get the green. These are all green.
I'll need the reds. What have we got in the way of fixing?
We have one Evolving Wilds and a
Prepare to Fight.
Sheltered Thicket and a Prepare to Fight.
So that hints towards green-white. There's a possibility. It's pretty good.
So the fact that we've got 2 pyramids as well, we might be able to do something with that. Oh, I've got another Evolving Wilds. He didn't tell me they gave me an Evolving Wilds. Someone was hiding in the artifacts.
Yeah, I probably didn't mention it.
Right, let's see what green looks like, shall we? So now we're just getting rid of cards we think we're never going to play. And setting out the rest in a standard kind of Mana cost order. Probably not playing a Petra's Mark ever.
Glorious end, hey?
Yeah.
What a card.
You need at least 2 so you cannot die from it once. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
Probably don't want to ever play a Manglehorn if we can stop it.
Or from tomorrow.
Scale.
How good is Commit to Memory?
It's decent, I think. It's about as close to removal as blue gets, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Deals with tokens nicely.
That's true.
We got a Sandworm as well.
One of the 2 glories in the world.
So we've got 2 Crocs here, which is pretty great.
Yeah.
Which points me in the direction of green-black. Because 2 Crocs, a Quarry Hauler and a Kudu all go in the same deck.
There's a lot of -1/-1 counters here too, so
So that might be a good
that's
direction
good.
to go in.
Yeah, because you've got the Baleful Limit, you've got the Soul Stingers, you've got the Nest of Scarabs, you've got Splendid Agonies here.
I think the white is probably more aggressive than anything else.
Probably get this.
Lots of really solid 3 drops. If that could be paired with, like, I don't know what red's like, but
Red's got some solid 2 and 3 drops.
yeah,
We have
it doesn't seem like it really goes with the blue quite so well. Maybe. That's gonna look
Do you have
pretty
a bunch of Embalm guys? Because that's what these guys care about.
There's a few, not a whole lot.
Because we do have the Honoured Crop Captain as well, which I mean, and a Wayward Servant. So we've got a direction in 3 different colours here.
Yeah, okay. Well, this one has 2 Cryptic Serpents. I don't know how good that is.
If we could do some kind of blue-red, that's going to be great.
Is it worth considering like a mono coloured
It's worth considering.
red deck?
But
Here? We're going to lose.
you don't have
another
enough 2
power.
drops, right?
Yeah, that's true. It's a little bit too heavy.
Sweltering Sun's there, which is pretty great.
Yeah, but not if you're the
Yeah,
aggro deck, right?
that's right.
So maybe is there a blue-red spells deck that could make use of the Sweltering Suns better than?
What else we got here? Magma Spray.
Blue looks like it could dirtle quite a lot. It's got like a bunch of flyers, maybe like some crabs. It's got Open into Wonder for sort of like the finisher.
Yeah. Should I try the white with the red and see if there's a low to the ground aggro deck that?
Yep, give it a go. I'll give you this Honoured Crop Captain.
Yeah.
And the white. And you want to take blue, red, and see what? Oh no, we're doing red,
Cartouche
white.
of Trial. I mean, Cartouche of Trial.
Trial of Solidarity. Is that what you're trying to
Solidarity is
say?
what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Cartouche of Trial.
Yeah, this colour could probably be paired with the white. Like just the non-aggro white, maybe.
Oh, okay. So if I take all your 2 drops,
Anything?
How do you feel
if
about
you're going to go blue white, we need all the embalm we can get for these guys,
That's
right?
true. Yeah.
we don't have that many mummies here, do we?
I'll try and build some kind of green-black thing. I'll take out these cheaters because I'd rather not play them. And probably all these cultivators as well. We've got an Oracle's Vault as well, just in case
That's-
anyone was wondering.
Something to go into a deck that can put up its walls.
This could easily be like a mono blue deck. Like it's not super amazing, but I reckon it could probably grind out.
Is there any point of being mono blue though? Don't you just play?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm
Don't you just play these
saying,
guys?
Like, I could just take like a few extra things and it'd be fine.
The white, it's got plenty of 3 drops, but no real 2 drops. So it's not really assisting the aggro nature of this red pool.
Yeah, because you've already got. Yeah, okay.
We've got 3 drops, we just don't have 2 drops. Like, this really only has 1 2 drops.
If you've got like a bunch of exert and stuff, there's a few good tricks in there.
Yeah,
maybe.
the Jury's Resolve and
Yeah.
and the Trial of Solidarity. I don't know. There is also a possibility of pairing it with the white with green. But,
Was a ruthless sniper here.
hmm.
How much cycling is over that side?
So we've got 1, 4.
2 ruthless snipers.
Hello.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, this has got 7 cyclers and 2 seeker of insights.
So if I gave you these 3 cards, would that be worth?
Yeah, and I'll take. There was a gold card too, right? The blue-black gold card.
Yes. I don't know where I put it because I didn't sort very well. It's around here somewhere. There he is.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good, right? And I've got 2 Heckma's Sentinels, which are sort of alright.
You got 2 ancient crabs in there. Is that good?
It's fine. I think these are better. Yeah, I like this. This gives it like a lot more of a proactive plan.
Our pool is very short on 2-drops, really, isn't it? All up.
Yeah, it's not looking very good over here in the green area for 2 drops. So there's other black cards that you're going to get out of here. I just haven't.
Yeah, that's right.
How good would Sacred Cat be in a deck like this? Not very.
I don't think so.
You need any way to buff it up.
Well, I've got Pursue Glories and Trials of Solidarity and whatnot.
This is tricky. Do you just want another random blocker? Have a beetle.
Well, I've got 28 cards. I don't think I need this because I've got 2 Seeker of Insights, which I think is just like it does a similar thing.
There's also a bat and an unburden, a mummy.
Do you play Compelling Argument in a deck like this? Just because?
Yes, because you got 2 serpents.
Yeah, and a few cycling things.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm cutting. Probably a cancel.
Do you play my Isaac McMummy? Or not?
I don't think so.
Some painful lessons and a Wander in Death too. The question is, does the Wander in Death go in your deck for the cycle, or does it go in mine for getting back the giant monsters? Not that I've made this deck into anything yet. Oh, there's 2. Maybe we have 1 each. Here you go, have fun.
I don't even know what I'm
Keep adding cards.
I think somebody should be playing this Oracle's Vault, and
someone should definitely be playing the Edifice.
Yeah.
And we've got 2 pyramids.
Well,
should I be trying to play these pyramids?
I don't.
Or is it just
I don't
2?
know.
I don't need the
doesn't
fixing.
seem great, really.
It's kind of like super slow ramp.
Yeah,
it's powerful, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't really need it.
And also, is Nest of Scarabs good? Probably don't want this mummy.
I think it's great with the Soul Stinger
Well,
and the Baleful
if
Amulet.
I play like all these Crocs and Soul Stingers and stuff, is this getting way too heavy though in the 4 slot? I mean, I know there's way too many cards, but
I mean, you cut a Spidery Grasp, right? That's like the worst card by far.
yeah, of course. I haven't really tried to cut anything.
Yeah.
So, where is our removal situation at?
So this deck would have. There's 2 Splendid Agonies here, 2 Cartouche of Strengths, and a final reward.
Again, Splendid Agony, perfect with the
Nest of Scarabs. Right? Yes, if we want to go that direction.
Seems pretty good to me.
So is this red-white deck good over here?
Not very good, no. It's got stuff going for it though. It's got enough removal, and it's got a few really good, mass pump effects like Trial of Solidarity. It just seems like it's lacking the 2 drops to really be on the front foot. I feel like there'll be games where I'm not
What
That'd not
colour
be
do we have
aggressive.
that has 2 drops? Or do we just
We don't.
Across
I
the
think we just
board,
do drops.
across the board, we just don't.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
it?
So we've got like this mummy.
There's a mummy, yeah.
Oh, that's it.
I've got
So
all the green.
There's the
2 drops
Wayward
in.
Servant and the Dune Beetle. Like that's
We don't really have or is a black-white deck worth trying to do?
I think
They
it's worth trying.
There don't seem to be that many zombies going around in black.
No.
And we don't have
This
any
is
of
tough.
we don't have any of the Tappa zombies.
Yeah, binding mummies.
Binding mummies, they're the ones.
I think this deck's alright. I think this is a pretty reasonable build.
But it's too many cards at the moment, right?
It's
Is
too
it?
many, yeah. I mean, it needs some cuts. I mean, it's probably just like some of the more dirtily things, like maybe Scribe and a Cancel, maybe.
Oh yeah,
and-
Scribe is definitely the one that gets kicked out, I think.
But I think like it's certainly got some power level, like 2 Ruthless Snipers, a bunch of cycling. It's got some top end flyers in the Drake.
So,
The
is the
Curator.
final reward better in your deck?
Why?
Because you're just going to have less ways to get rid of things. I'm going to be trying to cast giant monsters that just go over the top anyway.
Yeah.
Like Crocs and Decimated Beetles and stuff.
Yeah, I guess so.
So 5 mana is maybe better spent for you. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean maybe. I mean, I'm doing things.
I was also looking at Cartouches of Strength, which, assuming I can get one of these guys out, serve a similar purpose. I guess this Festering Mummy's getting... He does put a counter on things, though.
So what's green's weakness? What could green be paired with?
You mean splashed, or...
Like paired? Do you think black is the best color to
The
pair with?
reason that I went towards the black is because we had 2 Crocs, a Decimated Beetle,
and the nest.
and the nest then might
Yeah.
turn on.
Yeah. Yeah, I certainly like the cartouches on the behemoth.
Yeah, that's always a good play. I'm a bit worried about this red-white deck, though.
Yeah, I'm gradually making some cuts here to try and get it looking a bit better.
And is the cut to ribbons...
Oh, you just play this cut, right?
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, where is the cut to ribbons the best? Is it as just cut, or is it in one of these decks as ribbons?
Well, how many ways do you have to get it in the graveyard?
Well, this blue-black deck can get in the graveyard easy, I reckon.
Yeah, well, I've got compelling argument, pull from tomorrow.
And we also have 2
Trial.
Evolving Wilds, remember?
There's also Prepare to Fight over here, which would go into this deck, right?
Yeah, I think I could pretty easily discard the cut to ribbons, as well as play an Evolving Wilds for it. Yeah.
The question is
Yeah.
which... Well, the problem is it's double black. Oh, double black. See, so you can never use the ribbon side.
No, I'll just be playing it as cut, which is fine. It's an excellent card, just as cut.
Yeah, agreed.
So which
It
deck
might just be better
does it
in
help
that deck just because he
more?
needs it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm cool with this
I
kind
mean,
of
I've already got open into Wonder as my sort of ribbons anyway. So
assuming you can get some things on the board.
yeah, that's true. But
One of the issues I have here is one of the more powerful cards I have is Sweltering Suns, which just kills my entire board.
you
Yeah.
can cycle it.
Yeah, I can cycle it, yeah, great.
So what's your strategy, to go wide
Yeah, I think so.
and then push through with brute strengths?
Yeah, I've
Trial of Solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also... I've got Limited Solidarity as an effect that can sort of get their big blocker out of the way and hit them with it.
So are we thinking that these colour pairs is what we're going to stick with? I know we stuck with them from the start. So we're giving up on these.
I think we should try some other builds.
I think red-green has a bit of potential. I
Okay.
think because you've got Bitterblade Warrior and...
So if we're going red green, are we then going
White, blue.
white blue and then trying to make black X?
Yeah.
It's still probably black green,
Still
right?
probably black-green.
Again, the problem's going to be
Two drops.
2 drops in any case.
Yeah. It's probably worth seeing. There's no white 2 drops there.
There's only one, and it's red white.
There's a couple of unwavering initiates which make these guys.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe push and. We've also got the exile target thing that blocked a zombie or whatever, which gets pretty good in that deck, I think.
Well, I mean, the core of this is red. I could just be red and just play a limited amount of the white here. And there's a whole stack of white here that could then go into another deck.
Yeah. All right. Well, pass me the white, and I'll try and see if there's a.
So basically, if you're doing blue white, anything with embalm on it has to go, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So you just take all the embalm things.
So we're making. So do you want to try and take green, or you want to stay with that white?
Well, I think if we take the green out of that, we're taking basically the 2 drops.
Because there's no black 2 drops.
Which is...
Except for there's a mummy and a beetle, that's it. Which are fairly underwhelming. Although the beetle's not going to be bad with these crocs, maybe.
Yeah, it's an option. What else have you got in green that you're not playing?
A bunch of cultivators and some cheaters.
Cheaters underrated, I think.
Yeah, but I still think
it's not good, but it's underrated.
All of these 3s are better than the cheaters, and then we've got a million things down here that are better as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I mean, there's still that whole heap that has to be cut from here.
Yeah.
So what does the Petra's Mark do again? Remove all +1 counters from it and give it hexproof.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So in this deck, it might be good.
It's comparable to Shared Weakness, so
when you've got a bunch of Soul Stingers. But like, what's
just that they serve a similar function. Is what I mean. Like,
so Scarab Feast is not going to make it. Oh yeah, because it's a cycler.
So are Sacred Cats and Anointer's Priests worth playing if I have Temet and Aven Windguide?
That's a good question.
Like, are they good enough?
Quite possibly.
You're just playing them as
you've got
speed bump
name
early.
as well, right? So
yeah,
when they're the zombie cats, they get a lot better.
Bigger, yeah.
So you could. Is it worth trying to splash the Wayward Servant?
Maybe. We've got Evolving Wilds.
Yeah.
I think I would take the Sheltered Thicket for this second side of Prepare to Fight, right?
You definitely would if that's the deck we were playing. And you would also take the other Evolving Wilds if we were going to do that. So let's split those up for the moment and just say you've got one and you've got one. I should probably do some cutting over here.
There's a bat. You should probably be playing the bat.
No, I don't have enough. Oh, just because it's a flyer?
Just because it's a good, like, it's a decent creature.
I think I'm pretty full.
I feel like making blue-white feels like a waste of 2 drops for me.
It's a cast out. You want the cast out over there?
I think it's better in your deck.
Really?
Yeah, because it means that sort of once your guys get outclassed, whereas once mine, yeah, exactly. But I think, like, considering we have such a limited number of 2 drops, like, I'm taking the Seekers.
But the aggressive deck isn't playing Anointed Priests anyway.
True. Yeah, okay, so they're just not going to go anywhere anyway. Fair enough.
So the real question is are the Ruthless Snipers, like, just better?
Yeah.
Or is having that
having the 2 gold cards,
the gold cards in there worth it, or the 3 gold cards if you're splashing the other one? So it's not an easy decision, I don't think. 16. We've got 30 cards here, and we've still got this edifice that needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think my deck is the home for the Edifice because I'm being aggressive here. So I think both the Oracle's Vault and the Edifice will go in one of the slower decks, which is probably looking like the blue-white one, right?
Yeah, I don't know if blue-white's the pick, or if blue-black's just better.
Yep.
It's certainly more consistent, like trying to jam in the Wayward Servant. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11 zombies.
That's quite a few zombies.
Well,
yeah. Embalms.
Half of them are embalms, yeah. And I am playing Sacred Cat and Anointed Priest, which don't seem amazing.
Yeah.
The hard parts.
What else could we do? What other combinations could be made here? We put green and red together. What happens if we do that?
Gets
Two
nice
drops. It
big
gets pretty
creatures.
aggressive.
I think it's... Yeah, it does get a bit more aggressive.
Do that. Build
Gets the
an aggro
cartouches.
deck. See what that looks like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think this isn't too bad. I actually think cutting Sweltering Suns might be the right thing in that.
How many
particular
cards are
build.
you at right now?
Need 2 more after these get cut.
Okay.
Maybe you could
we
do.
go to the ground.
You can
Yeah,
maybe
not
build
too
like
bad.
a green-blue deck after you split up the green.
Yeah.
Green, blue.
So you take like the heavier hitters
Yeah.
and put them into a deck that can sort of stall the early game with Seekers. And then take the 2 drops and pair them with red.
And then what's the third deck?
So what do you got left? Black, white.
Black white didn't look like it was going to be
No.
very good, right?
I mean, this deck looks pretty fantastic. Doesn't
There's
it?
too many cards in it, though.
Yeah.
And if we've got too many cards, are they better spent in another deck? That's rather than being nowhere.
Yeah, I think the black deck, the blue-black
deck was better.
Yeah, I think it's more synergistic.
Because of the snipers.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
the
this one's
serpent.
got sort of like the embalm things, but I don't really think that it is that great.
Alright, so rebuild it to blue-black. Let's just say that's what we're doing.
Is there a green-white deck? Because we've got Trial of Solidarity, 2 cartouches of Strength.
So we go
we've
green,
got
white,
Hand
and
Fight.
red. Green, white, and red, black instead.
Uh,
Or are you saying stay red, white, and then just go green, white as well?
what does red blue look like?
So like a spells deck?
Yeah, because we've got
Yeah.
some pretty amazing red removal spells over here. I just wish we had some Enigma Drakes to go with it.
So I guess the question is then, is the payoff of pairing it with the red spells better than the cycling, like pairing it with the black for cycling?
Probably not.
Yeah. I think
Because
that's
I mean
probably
you've got cryptic commands.
Cryptic commands.
Cryptic serpents.
I wish they
Yes,
were.
clearly late. Cryptic serpents, which obviously go with the removal, but also with some of these cycling spells, and that's I guess where the difference is, or where the payoffs are.
Yeah. I mean, all 3 of these decks look pretty good.
Alright, so shall we stay with these decks? Because in the actual event, we're going to run out of time, right?
Yep.
So
Agreed.
let's say that we're going with these decks, and let's try and cut them down to the best that they can be, and then let's look at what splashable things we've got and what we need
left over
to
for other.
what we need to bolster from the other cards that are left.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
look at sideboard options.
All right, so I've got to cut like 1 million cards. got to be just combat tricks for this. Is it worth just main decking stinging shots in a deck like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it puts
Yeah.
counters on things, right? So if
It
you get
does.
any flyers, so your nests get. Your nests
So I
get
guess
good.
Supernatural Stamina is less good. I'd rather have a
Okay.
shed weakness. I'm still not sure about this. It's kind of like a counter spell, essentially.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's similar to Shed Weakness. It gets a lot better if you have things that put lots of counters on things.
Soul Stingers
But I mean, that's not necessarily what you want to be doing.
with a Soul Stinger.
Yeah.
Alright, let's just pretend Patra's marks out
Yeah.
for the moment. He's going to cut cards. Should you just have this other Wandering Death? I mean, more cycling?
Sure. I mean, you've got heaps of 3-drops, don't you?
I've got like infinite. I'm going to have to cut some of them. I mean, this is good to get back a scaled behemoth, I suppose, but is the game actually going to last that long?
Yeah, it is good. I mean, you can cycle it, right? So it is in this slot.
Yeah, I mean, it can sit there. But I've got to make cuts. 16 creatures, it seems pretty good. Got to cut 5 things. Is Nest of Scarabs good? I have to ask the question.
How
I
many
think it's
things
very
do you
good.
make?
How many things do I have?
Yep.
All of these 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, that's great.
15, 16.
I
It
counted
happened
them.
twice, right?
Does it happen? Is it any number? When you put one or more
You put
cannons,
that many.
that many.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
okay,
think it's very good.
It's better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it happens again, right, when it dies.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's worth 4. It's worth 4 insects.
Four scarabs, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely enough -1 counters.
All right.
So with this deck, I probably need to make 2 more cuts here. I've cut back the creatures slots. Like the weakest cards here are my creatures, I think.
Do you just cut 5s? Is that where we head with this kind of deck?
Well, I don't know, but if we have too few creatures, then
Yeah. Okay.
then
Your
these aren't
pump
going to be any
spells
good.
become.
I've already made some very tough cuts here with Brute Strength, Swallowing Suns, and that sort of thing, and the other Bloodlust Insider, and the Jeru's Resolve.
And those unwavering initiates.
Yeah, look, I've got other 3-drops I could include. I mean, they could go in instead of the 5-drops, but
Is it?
I think they're like. I mean, that's just a bit of extra reach as well.
Is an initiate better than a sure shot? Or are the
I
sure
don't think
shots
so.
just better because they can pump to huge?
Yeah, because
Power.
they're another way to just win, aren't they?
Yeah, it's whether you value the initiate coming back later versus doing more damage. I guess you want to do damage early with this deck.
Yeah. I mean, I just
Nimble Blade isn't very good either, but again, you need 2-drops, right?
yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah, sorry.
I mean that's by far the weakest creature here, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And then after that, you'd be looking at cutting the top end here.
It's the twins, probably.
But I think maybe we need to cut from down here, which is why I was thinking maybe the cast out would go in the blue-white deck, but then we're not doing that anymore.
Oh yes, we don't have any. Well,
Yeah.
it can be splashed. So you are
Can also be
not splashing. You are splashing the green.
I'll just be splashing green for the second half of Prepare to Fight.
Okay, so that would be the Thicket and the Evolving Wilds. Would you be splashing anything over here?
No, I don't think so. It's not worth it.
Okay.
But you're right in that cast out just like gets rid of a thing that I can't otherwise deal with. I mean, Dean Worthy does that too when I get to 5, but
Is it worth putting? I'm going to ask it again. Is it worth putting cut in the other deck? In another deck.
I don't need it.
I just think it's really good in this deck.
Okay.
I think it's better as just a cheap removal spell
Rather
in that
than as
deck
a-
than as a
rather than
finisher
as-
in these decks.
Okay.
Because I don't need a finisher because I've got flyers.
Yeah. This deck doesn't need it either. I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, would this be a 15 land deck, or would it still be 16?
It's a good question.
Because I could make one more cut and make it 15.
I think it probably needs to be 16. You got 2 5s, right?
Yeah.
And a bunch of 4s.
Okay, so I don't want to cut any of these 3 because the cartouches with the trial are too good. Magma Spray is pretty much the best card that you can spend 1 mana on. Shera's Resolve is fantastic with all of my exert stuff, right?
The trial doesn't necessarily it's not it's good if you can buy it back, but it's not as good as some of the other ones being able to buy it back because it's sort of like you play it and just win the game.
It's true, but in this kind of deck, you can also play it just to enable
That's
all
true.
your
To make
like
exerts.
block or,
Your exerts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we're cutting Mighty Leap or
I
one of
think it's
these
a
high-end
trick.
removal spells.
What are the removal spells?
Electrify, Cast Out, and Deemworthy. Like, do I just cut an Electrify? Or do I cut a Deemworthy?
It doesn't feel right.
It seems strange, doesn't it? But I don't think I would cut Prepared if I...
I think you're cutting.
Cut
I
the
think you're cutting
removals.
the jump, the leap.
Mighty Leap?
Yeah, and maybe like the resolve.
Yeah. But then it's so good with, like, all of my exert stuff.
This is true.
Like, I feel like the weakest cards here are the creatures, but we need them all.
Does prepare give +2/+2 lifelink?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly better than
Then
the
Mighty Leap.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can do the back half of it
Yeah.
as just an insta win.
I guess Mighty Leap has the pushing through extra damage ability.
So do I cut an Electrify? It seems wrong.
Maybe.
I mean, how important is Bloodlust Insider in this deck? It does mean that I'm more likely to be on the front foot, right?
It does, but maybe
But it's a bad draw later on, right?
Yeah.
maybe it's not good enough in this deck. I could see just cutting it.
Yeah. I could see cutting it. I mean, you've got removal to sort
Do you
of
have enough
help clear the
creatures
way.
still?
I've got 14 now, right?
14 slightly light maybe, but I think it's probably okay. Alright, let's call that a deck. We're going to run out of time.
It's a deck.
So we still have to think about Edifice as well, and who gets Edifice. So just everyone have that in their mind. I'm going to take these stinging shots and this shed. I know my deck is full of -1/-1 counters, but I need to cut something, so I think it has to be shed weakness.
I think cutting shed weakness is fine. Stinging shots, though, I don't feel like cutting them is good.
Something has to be cut.
Oh, I cut one of them.
I mean, do you need
16.
all of those high drops? Could you cut a Colossopede?
I
It's like
get yes,
the least good of all of those
No,
creatures,
I don't-
right?
but it makes all these cartouches. There's 4 cartouches here.
I think probably like a quarry hauler is probably like. I know stats are too. No, they're all too good. I think.
Your deck's too good.
I think if
Richard.
anything, it's like one of these cards, and I know they're all really good.
And we can't really cut creatures because,
No.
Do you cut Trial of Strength? Because, I mean,
just because
it's just a 4-2, right?
It is but it's a 4/2 that gets bought back
Yeah,
by
he's got
all these
4.
other things.
Oh, you got
Four
all the
cartouches.
cartouches. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
I
think
could
so.
cut Splendid Agonies, but that makes the Nested Scarabs worse. I can just instantly cut this Wonder in Death, I suppose. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, it's great, but I've got to cut something.
Yeah. You just need one more cut.
Well, I guess.
No.
Well, I guess what's better,
How many
stinging
more
shot
cuts?
or wonder
1,
in
2, 3,
death?
4, 5, 6.
I guess cut the stinging
This
shot.
is this is 26, so I've got to cut at least 2 cards and
Okay.
probably 3
Alright,
cards.
cut the stinging shot.
Sting shot, you're gone.
Oh,
And
that doesn't feel right.
Maybe it's
None of these is going to feel right.
our cartouche.
I'm cutting the trial. You can't cut these cartouches, right?
Well,
Isn't that the whole plan of this
I
deck?
guess so. Yeah.
Is to put a cartouche of strength on one of these monsters and just win?
Maybe it is a splendid agony, even though you've got the nests.
Or is it just
Like
the
it's-
nest?
No, because it makes enough value on its own, right?
I think the nest
Like
is
how
too
many? If you cut that, how many -1 counters?
So now we're at none of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5, 7, 8, 9.5. Something. Oh, yeah, this guy too. So we're
That's
like
10. That's heaps. That's great. Like that's. I think the nest is great. But like that's perfect.
that's 23.
Yeah, that seems fine.
Okay, so Edifice. What are you at over here, by the way?
Do you
Sorry.
need more removal?
I need to cut like 4 cards.
4.
Yeah, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Can we
I've
put-
got
What
18
is Cryptic
creatures.
Serpent in this
So-
deck? Have you got enough instants and sorceries to make Cryptic Serpent actually worth
I guess
playing?
this is an enchantment. This is an enchantment. So maybe not.
Just cut 2 Cryptic Serpents?
Just
Yeah.
because they're always going to be super expensive. Can you put the other things in their cycling cost position?
Sure.
While you're doing that, I'm going to look at this white.
See if there's anything you need to steal out of there. So what are you at now if you cut those serpents?
Got the serpents. So we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
So at least 2 cuts.
Hmm.
Have to recommit to memory again.
Put down a spell non-land permanent into its owner's library second from the top. And then the memory is each player shovels his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library, then draws 7 cards.
The second half isn't really doing anything for you.
No, I agree.
The top half is a grip tide. Or a grip tide for spells as well.
But it puts a second
Yeah. A better grip tide.
second from the top. Like, it's a pretty big tempo hit, but maybe I don't need it. It's a counter spell, like, you know, in a clutch situation. Like, I could probably cut a creature since
I think your deck needs the edifice, right?
just for the removal.
You don't have anything that's hard removal to the final reward.
So I've sort of just got like a few cards that do sort of not like a whole lot until they get to, you know, the very late game. I mean, Tool from Tomorrow is obviously good. I could maybe cut like, you know, a Heckma Sentinels.
Can you afford to cut another creature? I don't think you can.
Well, I've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, okay, because you got them in the spell slot. I see. Yeah, so maybe you can. But you still got to make sure you've got enough to not get run over.
Yeah, and open into wonder gets worse once I start cutting more creatures. Maybe it doesn't do enough.
If you're stalling out, it does it. If you're not, it doesn't.
Yeah, am I stalling out? I guess is the question. So I've got a couple of 1/3s. And my plan is just to get in with flyers, because I've got the Vizier, Curator of Mysteries, Ava Initiate, and 3 Dregs.
Yeah.
So, and the Cartouche.
And you're stopping things on the ground. It's a tempo game you're playing, right? You're Gale striking it, or maybe snipering them down, I suppose.
Yeah, Sniper, I guess, is my main way of dealing with stuff. So, 10, 12, 15...
Is the trial of knowledge not good enough?
27... Maybe. Yeah, let's cut that.
You need to keep a high enough density of cyclers to make your snipers
agreed.
good.
Right, I might cut open into wonder.
Seems right.
Maybe commit.
Even pull from tomorrow. How long? What are you holding up your mana for otherwise?
I think the cut's just great.
Gale Strike, commit, final reward.
Yeah, okay, maybe it's worth it. But you got to cut something.
How many more cuts do you need to make?
Another 2 or 3, right?
Yeah.
What are we on? One more cut, right?
20, go down to 16 lands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how much
the
cycling you got?
cycles. Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were still on like 26, 27.
Alright, so what is it?
It can't be anything that says cycling, right? Except for maybe Scarab Feast.
Scarab Feast is not fantastic, but it's
pretty good. I mean, it's certainly going to do what it...
It's basically a combat trick with these guys, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's cheap cycling. Like, I've got... Like, just the fact that I have the snipers just makes any cycling card good.
Okay, so what else is on the chopping block? Maybe Floodwaters is on the chopping block.
Well, let's...
Commits on the chopping block.
Let's put all my cyclers over here.
Are we just assuming that they're going to make it? Or are we putting Floodwaters in the I can be cut pile?
I think I would probably cut Floodwaters.
So these are my cyclers. So I've got eight cyclers.
Does Sniper say cut or discard? I mean, sorry, cut.
Yeah, they all say cycle or discard.
Cycle or discard,
Yeah.
okay. So
which makes
Secret Bid
Seekers
sites are
pretty
just
good. Yeah.
bonkers good.
Well, I obviously need to be able to cast. Need to be casting things as well.
Yeah, which makes Wolf from Tomorrow better.
Maybe
also.
it's just commit because it doesn't cycle.
I think that's one of the better spells because
Right.
it
deals with
a threat
something for
at least a turn.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably be cutting Floodwaters because it's a more expensive cycler and 6 mana.
What about
Cartouche?
Cartouche?
Not a big effect.
Like, everything's got flying already. I mean, it draws a card, but so do all the things that say cycle.
Yeah, I can see that.
If you're not playing the trial, it can't rebuy anything. So,
Yeah, that's true.
what is it doing?
So, I mean, it's the only things it's really good on is like the Heckler Sentinel, which could do a bit of damage, and the Vizier, which could be hard to deal with. But no, I can see cutting that. Right.
Alright, sideboards. Right?
Well, so you took the Edifice. Let's just double check. There's a Hone Kopesh. Do you want one of those?
No.
That's the only question. Not enough. And there's these 2 pyramids, which no one's splashing.
Really. Okay.
So
Do we all have ways to deal with troublesome enchantments like the build around ones? Or no? I've got a Forsake the Worldly, which I'm happy with. Are the impeccable timings better than my more expensive removal spells? Probably not, right? Because I don't get anything out of the way.
Impeccable timing isn't as good on offense.
Right. So it's more if I'm getting out aggroed that I'll bring that in.
I have no way of dealing with an enchantment.
I think just the set in general doesn't have. I think only that white one is.
There is a Forsake the Worldly somewhere. Have you got that in?
Yeah, I've got that.
You've got Cast Out. That deals with enchantments too, right?
It does, yeah.
So do you have a way of dealing with enchantments?
It depends on the enchantment.
So I guess the question
I've got-
is, does somebody take this Forsake the Worldly given that I have the cast out?
I can't cast it,
Well, we have an Evolving Wilds.
but I don't think it's worth taking an Evolving Wilds just to try and cast that.
So where does the other Evolving Wilds go? Do you just get it? Is that too many tap lands for your deck?
Yeah, I don't think I need the Evolving Wilds. Because I've got the other dual land as well.
I have no real reason to take it.
Do you want the Grasping Dunes in your -1/-1 counter deck?
Yeah,
That's a good question.
you could just take that and the
And the
and the
Evolving
2
Wilds?
Evolving Wilds.
Well, no, the other Evolving Wilds to turn on Fight over there.
All right, yeah.
But I'm not sure do you want the 3 taps? That's the question. How many
No,
light lands
yeah.
are you on now? 16?
16, yeah. I think that's fine.
Yeah,
What I've
because
got
that gives
there.
you 3 green sources. That's plenty.
So if I take those 2... Man, having this Splendid Agony on this pile
Just doesn't feel right.
doesn't feel right. But
Agonizing.
get out of here. Alright, so that's pretty much decks, I think. Let's
Yeah.
just... Everyone double-checked all the other things
Who gets what black between you two?
in the sideboards.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of Painful Lessons and an Unburden,
Unburden. Alex could do with an Unburden.
because it cycles.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You're going to try and make a decision to cut it for something else?
Well, I'm sort of thinking, is it double black?
It's better than Floodwaters, right? Oh, but yeah, double black might be a problem.
I mean, you could cycle it, and this one costs
It definitely-
6, so they sort of have the same.
It definitely goes in your sideboard anyway, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. But do I run it? I run it main, right? Surely.
Yeah, I think you take out Floodwaters and put it in.
All right.
4 Painful Lessons. I guess we just split those up, but we're
Yeah.
never going to play them.
Well, give me 2.
Who
Sure.
might want a zombie bat?
Should I be playing this June Beetle,
I think you take it at least for the sideboard.
the zombie bat, just so I've got a flyer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Shadow of the Grave, no one's playing.
Cool. I'll take.
I'll give it to Alex because it's
I'm never gonna
recycling
play
cards,
it,
but
but-
you know.
No one's playing a Trespasser's Curse, I don't think.
I don't think so.
As I said before, the only time I ever played it was against the Nest of Scarabs,
Uh-huh.
and it worked amazingly because I happened to have 4 or 5 of them in the light sideboard.
All right. What about these lands? Is it worth playing these?
The zombies, I don't think so. I don't think it's worth ruining your mana for it. There's the only thing I can think of that's left is this Oracle's Vault.
Oh, That sounds like it should be in something.
This would be in
It
someone's
doesn't
deck.
go in my deck, I don't think.
I don't think it's really my deck either. It does just make value. I think it's your deck, right? Because you do have big things.
Do you replace the Wandering Death with it?
I don't know.
Wandering Death's too good, right?
Wandering in Death back a couple of Soul Stingers sounds pretty good
I
to
don't
me.
think cutting Wandering Death is right.
Cut a Colossopede for it?
Nah, Colossophede's great.
I'm really picking on Colossopede here.
Yeah.
I
Someone
do think it's
someone
great.
is going to absolutely destroy us and tell us that we should be playing this card. I'm sure of it.
Yeah. I mean, do you take one of the
I
4
think
drops
it's-
out? Because there's a lot of 4 drops there. Like, do you take the Quarry Hauler out?
It's all -1/-1 counter synergy.
Well, that
though.
doesn't
I
put
don't-
anything on anything, does it?
No, but
Or does it?
well, it does if there's already one around.
Okay.
I don't think it's like Oracle's Vault is that amazing, right? Like it's good, but you can also like the downside is you could hit the Sandworm or the Behemoth in the first few bricks.
Yeah, and then get it back with Wandering Death.
No, it's Exiles.
Exile.
But that doesn't really matter,
Oh, no.
right? Because you don't know what's on the top of your deck. As long as you're not getting decked, it doesn't matter. Like,
True. Yeah.
It's just kind of like draw another card.
I guess it sort of gets you to that ramp. It's just like a ramp card.
I'm gonna put it in the sideboard, and everyone should tell me why I should be playing it. All right.
Alright.
All right.
So those are the decks, right?
I think so. So we've ended up with a black-blue cycling deck. It looks pretty great with those snipers. A green-black -1/-1 counter deck, which looks pretty good too, actually, except for the lack of 2 drops. And a red-white aggressive deck with fight on the splash. And again, lacking 2 drops, but I think it still looks alright.
It's alright. Looks a little weak, but it's fine.
Alright, let's go crush then. Well, we've done it, guys. We've finished our sealed pools. I hope everyone out there, I hope you guys learnt a bit from it, and let us know what you would have done with this pool. Would you have done something completely different? Also, how does your team deal with practicing for the sealed events? Would you build in a different way completely? How do you crack the packs? Let us know. You can get in touch with us via Twitter. That's at DraftaholicsMTG, or you can go to the website draftaholicsanonymous.com and go to the feedback form and send me an email. I read every single one. Thanks, everyone.